Did you see the announcement that Tesla is going to discontinue the Model X and the Model S in, in preparation for building out their Optimus fleet? And first, did you see that? What do you think? And then also, like, I want to get your take on timelines. What kind of timelines are we looking at for mass deployment in the commercial setting?
Yeah, I did see that. I think it's great because for us, the more robots are out there, the better.
That's right. You guys benefit,
Um,
right? Because you're just every robot is an opportunity to put your engine in it.
exactly. But
Yeah.
we the caveat is that it doesn't work if it's only Tesla doing it. So we need many other companies doing it as
Right.
well, right? And I mean, we've seen it before when Tesla starts doing something, then all the other automotive companies react. And I see the same thing happening here. I think everyone is starting to at least think about building these robots. So the announcement itself is great. In terms of timelines, again, the more the faster, the better for us. But I do think it will take a little bit longer before there is a reason to produce that many robots. Because to produce that many robots, it means that each one of them has to create some economic value, right? And the reality is that we're just not there yet. And there are actually a few steps to solve until we get to a useful humanoid robot that creates value. Right now, we've seen some industrial deployments, but typically what happens is that the robot is not good enough to do the exact task that was done by humans before. So basically, to do for the proof of concept, they need to change the environment slightly to make the task easier, which of course means that, well, once the proof of concept is done, they put the robot back in the box and the humans are back.
Is that, Nikita, is that typically a hardware limitation or a software limitation? Or as in the robots are not quite at human level in the industrial setting, better hardware, better software, or both?
Mostly better software, except hands. So for
Hmm.
tasks requiring really dexterous motions, hardware is not there yet, but it is getting there very quickly. I was at CES a few weeks ago and there were, I don't know, 25 different Chinese hands, all competing with each other. So the hardware is getting there extremely quickly. Software takes a little bit longer, especially for very complicated whole body coordination tasks. I don't know if you saw Figure's announcement for a few days ago.
Yeah.
But it's probably
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's great. And I've been saying for a very long time, show me whole body coordination. So show me legs and arms moving at the same time. And I think they're one of the first. I mean, 1X showed a few things, but the figure demo is a bit more convincing. So we need way more of that. And these are the things we're working on. All these tasks that require the robot to bend over, grab something heavy from the ground, bring it somewhere else, walk on stairs, open doors, all these sort of whole body coordination tasks. Once
How,
we get that, then the scale of what is possible with these robots increases a lot.
Yeah. So this is a little cliche at this point, but people talk a lot about the ChatGPT moment for humanoid robots. Like, how close do you think we realistically are to something like that? Understandably, locomotion is very difficult to solve, but if you had to put kind of a timeline on it, where do you think we'd end up?
he's asking for a specific date if it's not clear.
Yeah, month and day, please.
It's going to be June 12th of some year. I don't know which year.
All right,
But
mark
definitely
that.
June
And
12th.
exactly. No, I actually think we won't have this one single ChatGPT moment for a very simple reason is because it's hardware and it's going to take just way longer to build the 10 million robots that we would need to have that ChatGPT moment. So I was saying before that today we're at a point where we have to change the environment for the robot to operate. I think towards the end of this year, we'll be at a point where we don't need to change the environment anymore. So the robot can actually do a small subset of the tasks that it's actually supposed to do. But it doesn't mean that it generates economical value because probably behind that robot, you'll have three engineers looking over his shoulder and checking that everything is correct and be with a big red button ready to press it to kill it if it does anything wrong. And then from there on, like 2027, 2028, the two things that need to happen is that we reduce the human effort involved in deploying a robot. And that effort for sure needs to be lower than the human effort in actually doing the task itself. Plus, we need to expand the scope of tasks that are possible for these robots. And and these two things will take some time. So I think it will be very hard to define like a very specific ChatGPT moment. But it will happen over the next 2, 3, 4 years.
I Is it one of those things that's going to be a tremendous compounding effect as we have these robots out in the field and they're collecting data and they're essentially like you talked about simulation, but this is now they're in the real world and we're collecting so much more data. Are they just going to get better in an exponential fashion?
Yes, they are. And then I'll come here. I'll come back again to the horizontal platform. I think that works if you have a single system powering all the different robots. If you're one company trying to solve a very specific use case, I don't necessarily see this feedback loop because you'll get very good at doing that very specific thing, like carrying those metal sheets in a factory. But then once you switch to the next one, you'll be kind of starting from scratch. So that's why I think it's very important to, from the beginning, work on different robots doing different tasks.